If you're creating content inside of Canva, listen up. There's a big conversation happening right now on whether or not creating content inside of Canva offers you copyright and trademark protections as dictated by the terms of service of Canva. Today, we're talking to everybody's favorite IP and entertainment lawyer to break down exactly what you need to know about what you can and cannot create if you want things protected and unable to be stolen by other people. Let's jump in.
My name is Tony Iliakostas. I'm an adjunct professor of entertainment law and IP at New York Law School, and I have an Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok account called The IP Professor that is dedicated to all things intellectual property.
A lot of people use Canva to create content for their websites, for social media, for their logos, and for their business, but we have to be mindful of copyright protection over these things. If someone is creating within the context of Canva, can they have that copyright protected, or do we need to worry?
So we have to be mindful of what we're using on Canva because in their terms and conditions, in their intellectual property policy, and I believe even in their content license agreement, they've pretty much laid it out in pretty clear fashion that anything that is from their library is their copyrighted material. So anything that they use or that they provide to users is essentially done on a non-exclusive basis. If you want to use it for a commercial purpose, that's probably where it would trigger additional clearances, especially if it was third-party uploaded content that's uploaded onto the Canva library. That's where you would have to get an additional license to use that material in a commercial fashion. And it's important to note that if your own content is uploaded on Canva, that's fair game. That's totally fine because at the end of the day, that's your material that you can claim exclusive rights to. The reason why this policy exists is because under copyright law, when a work of authorship is created, the moment that work is created by the owner, there are rights that vest with that specific owner. There are 6 that are exactly enumerated in the Copyright Act of 1976, laid out in 17 U.S.C. 102. They vary from the reproduction right to the derivative work right to the public display right, public performance right, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. All of these basically say that the owner has those exclusive rights. And if someone wants to create a derivative work based on that original copyright owner's content, they need to go to the original copyright owner and get permission. If someone wants to publicly display that work, they have to go to the original copyright owner and get permission. If they want to publicly perform it, same story. It's all got to go back to the original copyright owner. And if any of those rights are violated, if someone does make a derivative work off of your copyrighted work without permission, if someone publicly performs your copyrighted work without asking for permission, that's when you can make an assertion of copyright infringement and allege that one of your exclusive rights or multiple of your exclusive rights under copyright law have been violated. So that's why this policy is carved out in the Canva policy. For what it's worth, they also lay out in their policy pretty emphatic rules about the trademark side of things. And obviously, we know trademarks are different from copyright in the sense that trademarks are all about source identification. That when you see a logo, when you see a series of words that are associated with a brand, you know that it's identifying a source of goods or services. So when you see the Nike swoosh logo, you know that it's associated in classes of goods related to athletic wear, apparel, sneakers. When you see a Chanel bag or a Chanel bag and you see those C's, that's a source identifier for high-end luxury fashion, like handbags. If you see someone walking down the street with a Dunkin' Donuts cup, you know that the DD, the purple and orange scheme to Dunkin' Donuts, that is registered as a trademark because it's identifying classes of goods and services. The classes of goods being the coffee beans that they make themselves or that they roast themselves, and the service, the actual service of making you a cup of coffee that thus is in your cup and you're drinking out of. Mm-hmm. So what Canva has basically laid out is anything that is created, whether it's on the free or the pro side of things on Canva, cannot be registered as a trademark because it's basically something that's not exclusive to each owner. Anybody can have access to any of the designs on Canva's library. So the only way that you can get trademark protection for any logos that you create on Canva is if you use Canva as an inspiration to make a new logo, or you use, let's say, fonts or basic shapes like lines, triangles, squares, what have you, to generate a logo. But any of the other pre-designed logos, that's just not the kind of thing that you can then carry over into the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office and register as a trademark. is just going to get rejected. And, it's going to be a lot of time wasted, especially because right now the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office is taking anywhere between 12 to 18 months, maybe even upwards of 24 months to review a trademark application. And right now, just to look at your application, it's upwards of 13 and a half months. So it's really not worth your while to go down this whole route of making a logo on Canva and registering it in the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to only have it get rejected. It's just not worth your while.
So it's incredibly important to make sure you are being wise about the content that you are creating and how you are using it inside of your business, especially if it's something that you are going to need to have protected as you are moving forward inside of your business. If you've got questions on this, go ahead and drop those down below. Tony's coming back for upcoming episodes, and we love to read those terms of service to make sure that we are keeping you legally protected in the entrepreneurial space. And as always, you can reach out to Tony on his social medias as well. Tony, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the IP Professor, and you can check out my entertainment law podcast called Unseen, where new episodes drop every Friday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
If you have questions, go ahead and drop it down below. Tony's coming back for upcoming episodes, and every single day we are releasing brand new episodes to help you navigate the world of online business, social media marketing, and to help you save time and effort creating your social content so that you can get back to living your best life while also running your business and making this your most profitable year ever. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.